Hello everyone, it's Adam and Andrew. Just want to say a big happy bank holiday to everyone here in the UK and happy Monday to everyone not in the UK. We're working today, we're putting the hours in because the wrestling news never stops coming. And neither does that man there, Andrew Hodkinson. We're going to have a whale of a time. You alright, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. That was Andrew Cumming there.
That was, yep.
Yeah, that's the headlines. Here we go!
Whoa!
Paige has teased a return to wrestling. A new NWA World Champion was crowned last night, and Jim Ross has denied the report that he's being transitioned away from a full-time commentator role. So the big news coming out of the weekend is Paige, who is teasing a return to wrestling. Now, there's a few bits to go through here. First of all, Paige was saying on her stream that she's working hard to come back to wrestling, but if and when she does, she's not going to be telling anyone. She wants it to be a complete surprise. And this got a lot of people talking. A lot of people talking. Actually, the interesting thing about this is that her contract with WWE is actually up a lot sooner than expected. So it was reported, remember, all the way back in 2019 on WWE Backstage, she announced that she had signed a multi-year deal with WWE. It was reported at the time that was a 4-year deal, but no. Her contract is up next year in June. So this could happen a little bit sooner than expected. And while everybody was talking about this, Paige taking to Twitter, "I'm not done yet," with a big bite. Oh, look at these big meaty boys. So, I mean, she's done a few bits over the past few years for WWE, but she's not really being used in an on-screen capacity on TV at the moment. She obviously did the stuff with the Kabuki Warriors. That didn't really go anywhere. And it would be interesting to see where she ends up, because WWE have done so much for Paige. They've really supported her over the, well, basically since her retirement. They've given her lots and lots of work. Where do you sort of envision her ending up?
Do you know what? I'm not really sure. I don't know, maybe... I mean, I can see her staying with WWE just because of how much she's done with them and for them. But then also, do you know what? I think she'd be a great fit in Impact Wrestling as well. I think she'd work really well there. No matter where she goes, it'll just be exciting to see. It's nice to see all these people who we thought have been down and out before come back and then just have incredible runs and enjoy what they've unfortunately had taken away from them. And Paige is so young as well at the same time that I think wherever she comes back next, she's just going to absolutely put everything into it. Not that she didn't before, but now, you know, she's back. She's been hungry for this for a long time, so I think she's wherever she goes, she'll do great. Where do you think she'll go?
I think it depends if WWE clear her.
Yeah.
I think that's majorly what it comes down to. I could see her sticking with WWE if she's able to wrestle, but you know, the seriousness of her injury and her health has prevented that. So yeah, it totally depends. But it wouldn't surprise me. Like she's spoken previously on Twitch streams. She's been very complimentary about the AEW women's division. So I think there's potential there. But wherever she ends up, she'll be a very, very valuable asset. Just because. She's a household name, isn't she? Especially after the Fighting With My Family film and everything. Everybody knows who she is, even if maybe they haven't actually seen her wrestle. So it'll be interesting. Good luck to her, truly. It's cool to see that the passion's still there. And that she still really, really wants to do it. And I wish her the best, of course. Yeah. Next up, big night last night on NWA's pay-per-view. And it's finally actually happened. I can't believe this. After 1,044 days, Andrew has kissed a lady. No, we've got a new NWA... Sorry, that was cheap. That was
it wasn't. It was longer than 1,000 days. Don't worry about that.
We've got a new NWA Worlds... I always forget that. Worlds Champion. Nick Aldis losing the main event. And the new champion is, of course, Trevor Murdoch. And
amazing.
Wow. Yeah, right? I never thought we'd even be talking about this. It felt like he was going to hold it forever.
It did. And just thinking about Trevor Murdoch way back in the day in WWE, I just would have never thought it would get to this point where he does something like this, which is so nice to see at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's really awesome. He feels like an NWA guy, doesn't he? He's such a throwback anyway.
Yeah.
Serious props have to be given to Aldis, who has made that belt into something so special once again. After it lost a bit of the shine, perhaps, Aldous has done an incredible job with that. If you've not seen the match, I woke up early this morning just to watch it. The finish is class. Murdoch hits him with the pile driver, which is, of course, the tribute to the late great Harley Race, his mentor, and then he hits the top rope bulldog. The commentary team going absolutely bonkers. 1, 2, 3. The crowd absolutely crazy too. And yeah, it's really great. It'll be interesting to see what Aldous does next as well. Where do you go from there after a historic reign like that?
That's a really good shout. I never even thought
about
that.
Wrestling Paige. It'll be Wrestling Paige next year in AEW. So yeah, massive congratulations. Murdoch Mania's finally run wild.
Woo!
Also on the NWA 73 pay-per-view event, Ric Flair giving a very, very emotional promo, thanking all sorts of people, name-dropping Vince McMahon, Triple H, Tony Khan, we'll talk about that shortly, Billy Corgan, Randy Orton, Taker, Michaels, Jericho, and practically everyone to have ever wrestled. So he opened up the promo thanking his wife, Wendy. Oh, Wendy. That's inappropriate. It was a very emotional, touching promo. It's his first time in like 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah,
crazy
it is.
He's been back at NWA. What did Nate say?
Nate said, Adam, he said, every time I fell down, she picked me up. This is about his wife, sorry. Talking about his wife here. Every time I fell down, she picked me up. And then Flair went on to say, just like Triple H picked me up, just like Shawn, Taker, Austin, and everybody else. Vince McMahon, I love you. Thank you. That's why I'm here. You know what? Vince McMahon isn't going to watch this, but he's going to hear about it. He's going to say, Ric Flair is back where he belongs, with anybody he wants to be on any given night. I deserve that right. And Hunter, thank you for reminding me every time that I'm Ric Flair, because I let myself down night after night. He would not give up on me. Hunter didn't care about my WCW run. He grew up as an NWA guy. He went on to thank Shawn Michaels, obviously, for carrying him to a great retirement match at WrestleMania. Later in the promo, Flair said that he wanted 14-time world champion big old Randall Keith, to break his record to 16 world titles, but he expects his daughter, Charlotte Flair's going to take that spoiler. And then after thanking NWA chairman Billy Corgan for inviting him to NWA 73, Flair also gave a shout out to Tony Khan for improving the landscape of the pro wrestling business. Flair said he can fly to St. Louis to see Steve McMichael tomorrow and have a drink with Tony Khan on Thursday night. Woo!
Little bit of a tease, perhaps. Actually, I think the interesting thing about this is the fact that if you believe what Flair said last night with regard to Tony Khan, he says, I could have a drink with you on Thursday night. Yep. Fancy one, Tony. That, to me, indicates that maybe these AEW discussions and the likelihood of Ric Flair being there and maybe having already signed something, it seems that isn't in place yet. Like, a lot of people are expecting Flair to debut pretty soon. But if he's talking like that, maybe those talks haven't actually happened yet.
I mean, that's a good way to think about it. Maybe they have, and he's just trying to throw us off a little bit for some surprise debut. Who knows? But after the Triple Mania stuff with Andrade, I think it just makes sense for him to go and follow his son, well, his soon to be son-in-law. I don't know. They're not even married yet, are they? Told Thingy, we'll see. But you know, I think it makes sense, and it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing to see too. I'm just like, I like that Flair's just put over WWE really well, and nice, you know, they obviously gave him a lot in a time when he was feeling so down on himself. Gave him a lot of opportunities, and it's nice to see him say good things about it when typically we kind of think of WWE in a bad light. So it is nice to see that they do give at the same time.
It seemed like a bit of a messy breakup as well, didn't it, his release? He wasn't happy with what he was doing, the way he was being presented on screen, the stuff with Lacey Evans. So it's really nice that was said. And finally, while we are on the topic of AEW, Jim Ross has denied that he's being transitioned away from a full-time commentary role. So it was reported originally by Ringside News that he's still going to commentate for major matches and events. But then he's going to be used by AEW in other ways. And then Cassidy Haynes from bodyslam.net, who's really been on the money lately, stated that he was able to privately confirm that report with his sources. So it looked like Jim Ross was going to be stopping doing the weeklies, just doing the biggies. But then Jim Ross, quite quickly in fact, taken to Twitter retweeting one of these reports and saying, "It's news to me." So maybe it will be. Maybe they've confirmed it elsewhere, and they've not had a chance to. Tony's not had a chance to chat to Jim Ross, but it doesn't look like that'll be happening. I mean, he's a guy that gets a fair bit of flack, isn't he, for his commentary from time to time? But when big moments happen, he makes them feel even bigger. I think that's where his real value is. And sure, you do need maybe younger people sort of holding it together a little bit for JR sometimes, but he's still JR, and I think he makes things feel really special. So I'd be a little bit sad, but maybe that is the way to use him, actually, on the pay-per-views where the biggest moments often happen.
That's a good shout.
Maybe that's the way to use him. But also, I mean, doing weekly commentary week in, week out with Jim Ross will only help improve the younger commentary team.
Yes.
Like Tony Schiavone, who is 22 years old.
He looks 22 years old, though. He doesn't age.
Amazing.
He's just a fountain of youth, that man.
He is. I love him as well.
Me too.
One of the GOATs. I think he's absolutely... I think still, despite the fact that everybody loves him right now, I still think he's super underrated. He's class.
Me too.
So that is it. I've just noticed, by the way, I put this shirt on because I haven't left my house yet. I've got a big stain on it there. So I hope that's been bothering the viewers. I can't wait to see the comments. It's not jism. I don't know what it is.
Are you sure?
Chocolate sauce. Little bit sure. Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
Way to end things, isn't it?
Yep.
Good luck, Paige. Good luck, Jim Ross. Good luck, one and all. We'll see you back in a few hours, if any bloody wrestling news happens, for another video.